on his way in, so
Yes, he
he will
is.
be blowing in like a cool breeze.
Cool cat.
Yeah, cool
So
cat.
in the meantime, we're going to do some Christmas shopping tips. That sound cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does everybody love Christmas shopping tips?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I need some. Go ahead. You start.
All right. Well,
I know it.
this is self Christmas shopping. This is my actually favorite time of the year when Sephora starts putting out those holiday
Oh,
kits.
yeah. Yeah, I like those too.
And my favorite one's the mascara one. You typically get 1 or 2 full-size mascaras and then like 6 minis for $25 usually. And I can see, times have changed and it's probably up to $30 this year.
Yeah.
But seriously, so they typically have, whether it's lipstick, perfume, the mascaras, and typically it's a really good full-size mascara that's more than the value of the whole kit.
Nice.
Those are the nice times to come out, yeah.
I also saw, this is a good tip for everybody, Ditto is selling gift certificates this year. And if you buy a gift certificate, they're giving you like in-store like points or like it's like a little incentive. So that way you get like a little bonus when you go in. You don't know what it is until you spend it.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. So like men, I love gift cards for myself.
Yeah, I have a gift card from this past Christmas I still can't use yet. I'm getting a little confused about that.
Yeah.
But, sometimes COVID like messes up that stuff, huh?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess so.
Barf. I also still have a gift card from Logan's from 2 Christmases ago.
I have one of those. I just found it in my glove box.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, there's other Logans, right?
Yeah,
Can you say
not
that?
really. I mean, I'm bringing it to Vegas with me in hopes that there's a Logan's so I can get like
You know where I ate in Vegas and it was really good? A Guy Fieri restaurant.
You know what's really funny? Speaking of Guy, that was actually a very common costume this past Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, and I said it was Don Fury, and those kids like looked at me, and I was like,
So kids knew who he was? Did they watch him
yeah.
from Food Network, like on
Yeah.
the like not supermarket sweep, but yeah, he does.
diners and drives.
Yeah,
those
Diner
kind of
Drivers
things.
and Drives, and then he
Yeah.
does the one show that the Vagabond won.
Yeah, supermarket sweep. Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
yeah. But I thought that was kind of unique.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So no. And then always my favorite Amazon, and I just learned about the Amazon clearance warehouse. So
Yes, thank you. You introduced me.
people, when they return stuff back to Amazon, it goes into their Amazon clearance warehouse. And if you scroll down on the left-hand side with all your options,
Like if you get to your, where you can get to your account, your
Yeah.
orders and stuff like that, at the very
Yeah.
bottom.
the very bottom, and it'll tell you if it's an open box or a closed box. And some stuff, I don't think I'd care if it was open box. Do you know what I mean? No, but that's always a really good idea too. I find myself to be shopping online more now than I've ever have.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, the Artisan Center is back open,
Yeah.
and they have an online shop too.
Yeah, they do. That's really nice that they're
And they
doing
will do
that.
curbside pickup, and
Does it open up this weekend?
opened yesterday, Wednesday, I believe, was the. Oh wait, yeah, today, Wednesday.
Today. Also going on right now is the Festival of Trees.
Yes, at the Ogilvy Institute.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny though because I really wanted to do a tree this year, and then November 1st just like
Came.
came. Yeah,
Fast.
here I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still wondering probably what you're doing on your tree.
What's that?
Still wondering what tree you're going to do this year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a really colorful tree. Last year we did whites and grays, and like little hints of green. Yeah, this year I think I want to be colorful.
I do a classic Christmas tree. I mean, there's Santa's my theme almost everywhere.
Yeah, well, in our dining room we do
Reds.
the buffalo checker.
Yeah.
That's not going to change. That's kind of like, but our main Christmas tree we change every year.
Did I give you that stuff I got?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You gave me that little
Yeah.
Merry Christmas sign.
Yeah.
That'll go really well in our dining room. Do you change what you do every year, Lola?
No.
No?
No, it's just the standard. And my mom saved tons of the ornaments from when we were young. So they get put on the tree too. So it's kind of like this, memorabilia thing.
I do sections of the tree with certain time. Like I have one section just for like Cece's, like one, some for like Lala, some for Willie's. Then on the other side, on one side, I'll do one from like when me, my sister, and my brother were little, like things my mom had saved, or like there's certain areas, or there's one whole section of my tree. Remember, I do a 14 to 15 foot Christmas tree. I've got some real estate. I'll put my mama Ballard she always had a beautiful Christmas tree, and I'll put her ornaments in one section.
That's really nice.
Sometimes I'll do a color, like this is my pink area, because most of my tree is like, but I'll do certain colors in certain areas so you can see them and find it.
Yeah. Lexus actually has a tree in her bedroom that stays up all year long. And it has all the, it's like kind of like it keeps away from all the kids and the dogs. And it has like all the Disney ornaments. And every year when they were born, I would do their name with a lady who used to do Christmas in November, would draw a cartoon character. And then, the year would be on the back of it. So those bulbs stay up all year long, actually.
Nice.
We love Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, I don't, Scrooge, probably.
I think but at the end,
Maybe
he loves
Grinch.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody comes back around.
Yeah. And then there's like, if you follow TikTok again, everybody. So last week, I followed this lady. Her name's Big Mama Likes to Save. And and she put out an alert, at 7 o'clock on Walmart, these 40-inch TVs were going to go for $50.
Wow.
And I literally clicked on it at 7 o'clock. You had to choose pickup though. So if anyone ever follows this lady, it's Big Mama Likes to Save. She's on TikTok. And by 7:10, they were already sold out.
Did you get any?
I did. I got 2.
Nice.
Yeah. That's going to be my Christmas gift this year to all the littles, or TVs, I think.
Nice.
But yeah. So TikTok, keeps coming through for me, everybody.
Big Mama Likes to Save.
Big Mama Likes to Save.
I'm actually going to follow her right now.
And I'm not going to lie, she's hilarious.
Yeah, there's something I follow on Facebook. It's called Big Deals, and it's all like a special deal that day on like Amazon. And last year I saved quite a bit on some toys.
Yeah.
Now I'll have to say toys are an issue this year, especially if you like those like Power Wheels and stuff like that. They're in high demand, but COVID caused warehouses to shut down, so they didn't get to make a lot of them and like producing the batteries.
That's crazy. And another good Christmas tip, everybody, is Rakuten. Rakuten. Download the app, download it on your URL bar on your computer, and then like anytime like you go shopping online, it'll automatically tell you if it's on Rakuten or not, and you get money back. So like just because of like my Chewy order I get every month and just the basic stuff that I purchase, I typically just on a typical month get a $30 check, you know what I mean? A $30 month from them.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So it's Rakuten, Rakuten. And
I really need to start doing that because
I used to do Ibotta, and it's Ibotta.
Yeah.
And it just got really.
I can do it through my shop club too, and then get points back towards my products that I buy every month. Because I
That's
buy
nice.
a lot of my
And Ibotta
products on
does
there.
that?
No, it's whatever my shop club is. That whatever.
Yeah, that's nice. But
I should know. I'm sorry, I don't. But
that's yeah. So Ibotta, you look at things that you need to buy, and then you scan your receipt, and then you click on what you have purchased, and you get cash back there too. And you can't cash it out till you have a minimum of $20. But there are ways to
anyone doesn't matter.
to get cash back during the holidays or even all year long. Like I said, Chewy.com is the best thing that's ever happened to me because I hate carrying out those 50-pound bags of dog food. So
I don't have a dog.
reason number 1 million for Lydia.
Reason number 1,200.
Well, everybody, Santa Claus just rolled in.
Yes, and his name is Ron Scott.
Yes, say ho ho ho.
Yeah. Which one? Lola, they both on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Pull it up a
of
little
up to
closer
you.
to your mouth, please. Yeah.
He knows how to do
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
this.
gonna say, you should be like,
I'm still a rookie, I guess. I don't know.
don't worry, we've been doing this a year and we're still like, are we on?
Lola secretly hates us.
Yeah. She's like, I pointed, I was like, not really. Like, is this a point? Or, so we try.
All right,
But thank
Ron.
you so much for joining us,
Oh,
Ron.
that's no problem.
We
I
were
appreciate
trying
you guys asking.
Yeah, we were trying to rack our brains like all for a couple weeks because we just thought how horrible our day was going to be today because we're not political. This program by no means do we ever want to talk about politics and go in that direction, right? Although it's important to vote and although it's important to always have your opinion, we just was like we cannot be that show that day that's like, so everybody, have you seen Wisconsin? You know?
Right.
You know, is the electoral college, yeah, you know.
I can't tell you how many times I did watch a little bit last night, and they kept saying the suburban mom. Like, what? And I'm thinking, like,
Who is that?
but where are these? I mean, are they going like door to door? Are you a suburban mom? Like,
Are they looking in my garage? You know, is that the suburban or is it like suburbia?
no, yeah. But I do think it's
know?
funny.
Cul-de-sac.
But one of the
Yeah.
one of the toughest topics that keep coming up, and the bar gets raised, I guess, is diversity
Yeah,
and diversity awareness.
yeah. And, you know, and it's okay that you have an opinion, but you should respect another's.
Exactly.
So give us your
Exactly.
thoughts on that.
Well,
Let's let you,
it's-
because you speak so well.
Oh, thank you.
You have a great radio voice.
Yeah. We can hear you.
It's my job now, 'cause I'm working with the YWC. I'm the Cultural Diversity and Community Outreach Director.
Okay.
And it's like a double-edged sword, especially locally, because we are not very diverse.
Maybe in
So-
religion.
Yeah, that's probably one of the few areas. And even in that,
No.
if there's any area, that would be the area.
Yes.
And it's tough because the idea of introducing diversity to folks, their mind instinctively goes to the extremes. So they're like, oh, so what are we going to do? We're going to bring like a whole bunch of Muslim people in. We're going to get as many people. And it's not as big as that. You know, it's just being around people who are different than you, that have different ideas and different experiences. That's how you really meld it all down. Because I think when people hear diversity, it's like they go to that United Colors of Benetton ad,
Yeah,
where
or they
they just
immediately think black
every
and white.
shade of
Yes.
person, and one guy's in a wheelchair, one's from the
Yeah.
LGBT community, and that you can have that. That's
Yeah.
diversity in a way.
Yes.
But it's the exchange of ideas that I think is much more important. Like I used to talk with a lot of folks in the school systems, and I think they thought diversity was having a black student, a white student, a gay student, a Latino student, and that isn't it at all. Now, let's say it was a literature class. It would be if the authors that you studied were from every hue that you could imagine. If they were Latino and handicapped and gay, and if the authors you study or the pictures you hang around your wall, if that's the stuff that's diverse, and it doesn't have to be based on a color either. If you just make sure as the teacher that the people whose material you study and the pictures you hang on your wall are fundamentally different than the person that you are, you've made a diverse classroom. You don't have to go out of your way, because it'll be almost impossible to find a diverse classroom if we're just doing it by race and what people look like, especially in the area.
Right.
So
right.
it's like we just got to retrain ourselves of what diversity means.
Do you think that's a difficult concept because visually people, want to see that? Because thinking and discussing ideas is difficult for
Yeah.
people,
And
and
we're stuck in this weird, I like to call it like a snapshot kind of society where we are much more interested in learning what we can about you before we meet you. We really want to know what box we can put you
hello,
in before we
Facebook
ever
stalking.
speak to you. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
guilty.
And it's such a strange thing if you think about it, because
Yeah.
I'm only going to put like my best pictures on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Only the quotes that I think are the most intellectual. You're not
Yeah.
going to see me.
Yeah.
You're just going to see the shined up, polished version of me that I want to present to people.
Right. And I love it when someone's like, my kid took this picture. I'm like, bull.
Yeah, come on.
My kid takes pictures of me on a toilet blurry. I ain't posting that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it would get if you really wanted to meet the person.
Yeah,
And,
there
and
it
that
is.
Facebook was the way, there would
Yeah.
be some blurry toilet
Yeah,
pictures out
exactly.
there for the world.
Absolutely.
But there isn't.
Because that's your throne when you're looking at it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the
love
stuff we
seeing-
gotta get into. Make sure
Yeah.
that we're more than all that. We have to be back. We have to be invested into learning people again. We have to sit and talk with them and spend time with them before we could ever say we knew them.
But how difficult is that right now in COVID times?
Oh, yeah.
100.
Yeah, it's almost
you can
impossible.
almost not have conversations. You can't meet people face to face right now without, so I do think that it's scary because
Mm-hmm.
there is no solution. So if this goes on for a few years, I know I miss interaction.
Yeah.
I know that networking in my job and what I do and what you do, it's hard to do in Zoom. You know?
I'm just so sick of Zooms anymore. I'm like, I'm almost conditioned to just see people in those little squares and
I know.
stuff. I'm
And,
like, I
and then,
can't do it.
what really upsets me on a Zoom call? The person that doesn't even take the time to turn their video on. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Well, we were in a Zoom call where where you actually had to have the video, and Chris was like taking screenshots of himself, and then he was like changing the screenshot. So he was like, I can't, and we're sitting next to each other, and I can't keep my face straight. So the lady probably thinks I'm laughing at her, and I'm laughing at him,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, knock it off.
Yeah.
Right.
This is serious.
Yeah.
I did a presentation on one, and it was rough because they put me on like that gallery view thing.
Yes.
And I never really thought about it because now when I look at it, I can just see the people that do not care to be
Yes.
listening. This guy's doing work and
Yep.
playing with your kids, and I'm just like, I wonder if are they listening to me? Or
Yeah.
should I
Yeah.
stop? I don't know.
I know. I always loved it when there'd be like a big one like that, and it would finally be my turn, and my internet would like start being shot. So all I could see is like this look, and you know you're frozen. You know you're like, okay, everybody, not my turn. But yeah. So and you know I'm sure with the YWCA, you guys have a lot of different people that's coming in and out of your doors, from
yeah.
your sponsors to your clients to, I mean, because it's not just about helping domestic violence anymore,
No.
even though that's still a very strong
Right.
mission, correct?
And it's wild when people look at our actual mission. Eliminating racism is first. That's the first thing when they list what the Wise mission is. And
God.
what we do.
That's a hard mission to tackle.
Oh my, yeah. It was to ensure that we'll have work.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take a while. with that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But what I've noticed in the area, especially, I don't know how they handle this in the bigger cities, but I had to kind of expand more of the idea of what the cultures would be for the culture and diversity position because I would run out very easily in this area. So I've opened it up to just demographics of people that I think should be highlighted or showcased. Like we did a redhead festival,
Oh, yeah.
and it
bet that
one
was
of-
spicy.
It was so. There are so many things that are eye-opening about everything that gets designated a culture when I try to get with them to learn about them. And there were things I didn't know. I didn't know how ginger was one of those words that's offensive. They're like, don't know. I mean, we can call ourselves that, but you don't call us that. I was like, oh, I'm learning.
Yeah.
And the idea of redheaded stepchild, and I got so involved with it that we got a guy from France who made a film just about being a redheaded man and looking for love, and it turned into, I mean, man, they asked him about it. Would you like to have a redheaded woman? And he was like disgusted. No, God, no, I would not want that. And it was just amazing.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to be. Because there are times that I get really passionate and I'm into the job, and sometimes I think personality-wise it can be a little much for people. So I think they were thinking, oh, well, the cultural diversity is going to be like 9,000 black events. Everything is black because it's Ron Scott. But when we did Redhead, I wanted to make sure that folks understood that we were going to be out in there. There's like Irish and Celtic heritage that all got celebrated.
And that's a big cultural here.
Yes.
Culture. Yeah.
And we found out things like there's certain skin conditions that they're more susceptible to. So we had the American Cancer Society come down and do like skin screenings to make sure that people were taking the precautions they need to. And that stuff alone, it was mind-blowing to me.
You know, it's funny that you should say that. When I first started going to like the skin clinic over at Wheeling Hospital, like what's the Center of Melanoma, I mean, I have freckles and things everywhere, but they're extremely dark. So like every doctor was like, you need to go get that checked out. And so when I walked in and I'm just sitting here thinking like the worst, right? Because I'm like, yeah, I've got like 1,000 things that people pointed out. And she was just like, what's your heritage? And I was just like, well, like Yugoslavian, Cherokee Indian. And they're like, And it's because of my darkness to my skin. Apparently my moles can be darker.
Oh.
Yeah.
See.
Whereas like, I'm blonde hair and I mean, I'm not like super pale, but like for my family, I'm actually pretty fair considering that's the first thing they asked me. And I was just like, why? And she was like, no, it's a characteristic.
I just love getting good news when it's something like that.
Me
when
too.
someone's like,
And they were like,
you got to
nope,
get
that's
that
good.
checked
Yeah.
out. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, they were like, nope, they're all consistent. You're good. I was like, all right, see you in 6 months.
That's the kind of stuff. Little things like that, I would never. Like, I'm not privy to any of that sort of stuff. So I'm
Why
just
would you
sitting
wanna,
at the Redhead Festival just looking at people, and they're
Yeah.
just telling me all kind of stuff that they've been through,
Yeah.
how persecuted they felt. One lady, like, I swear she was almost in tears. She was telling me how historically redheaded people were treated as if they didn't have souls.
Wow.
Like, that was something that was said. And I remember hearing, like, a comedian say that, but I didn't know that was, like, some widely thought thing. And she was just explaining it all to me. I was like, all right. This is,
See, I remember the day I
interesting.
saw red hair poking through Noah's beard, and I was thinking, if we have children, they might have red hair. And I was in love, right? I immediately was like, I love you.
You see?
Yeah.
When at the festival, those folks, they get the opposite. They're just
yeah.
like, man, it's the last thing they would ever want is a kid to have red hair.
Yeah, well, you know what? Probably thinking about what they grew up with and the stereotypes and things
Yeah.
like that. I mean, blonde hair gets, the dummy role and stuff like
Right.
that. Whatever.
And that's the stuff, man, that I think I love that the most about the job. Like, we did a event with the LGBT community, and I had always thought that I had been such a friend and ally to the community. There's not much that I needed to learn, really. I just thought this would be a cool way to like highlight and
Embrace.
showcase the community.
Yeah.
So I got with them, and it was one of the more eye-opening, because I had it all laid out. I was like, we're calling it Beyond the Closet.
Yeah.
And we're doing pictures, right? So we're taking a picture of everybody in the LGBT community, and they're going to be standing in this doorway of their closets. And it's going to be all cool. And one of them stopped me and was like, we're much more than our closet stories. And I was like, you got me.
Yeah.
So I had to go back
Yeah.
to the
I do like
community
that idea,
and say,
though. That would be
hey,
a great thing to take into elementary school.
right,
Because that is a very elementary, you know what I mean? A first step to understanding.
exactly.
I like that.
But I had to
You can
go
use
back
that.
and keep talking to them, and so we had a brand new approach for it. Because my thing with everything that I want to do, I want to make sure that it gives you layers to the individual, and I think that's a key part of diversity too, because with that event, we found one member of the community, we identified them, we said we had a photographer, John Harvey, with us. He said, we're going to take your picture in a place that you feel the most comfortable, and we're going to get a person that cares about you to write a one-page narrative. That was all part of the event, and it turned into something really slick.
Awesome. Well, you know what? This went by
I know.
really quickly.
I know, Ron, you need to come on again.
Yes.
No problem. You just let me know.
I
I'll
will.
be here.
We'll text you last minute once again. No, I'm joking.
I got you.
Hey, listen, that's why we're called winging it.
Yeah,
'Cause we
Sonia and
don't,
Liv.
we don't even think about what we're doing till the day of.
Hey, well, thanks everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Ron Scott, with the YWCA. Great stuff in the community. Thanks, Lola, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye.